This podcast episode is brought to you by GoTo, quality, effective skincare that actually works.
Hello and welcome to Self-Helped, the show where we've done the therapy so that you don't have to.
I'm Tully Smythe.
And I'm Maggie Kelly.
And while we're not licensed professionals, we sure have kept quite a few of them in business.
We're best friends in very different life stages, but from shrinks to bookstore bargain bins, we've both sampled the full self-help buffet.
And now we're dishing it out, secondhand, reheated, and seasoned with some questionable life choices. This is Self-Helped.
Hello, Tull.
Hi, Mags.
Oh, hello. Please step into my office.
Oh, my thank you. I love what you've done with the place.
Thank you so much. So, people, the way our show is going to start every week is with a good old-fashioned therapy couch session. And Tull, I kind of feel like this is my ongoing gag. Like anytime I lie on someone's couch, I'm like, Doctor, it all started when I was 13.
Well, we do have years and years of trauma. Yeah, so one of us will be on the virtual couch and the other one is on their virtual high horse, notepad in hand and timer set, dishing out some secondhand therapy.
Okay, so it's a typical Saturday night for us then.
Yeah, minus like 7 bottles of rosé.
So Tull, I know that you have an absolute zinger today, and it's an issue that pretty much everyone, I think, goes through at some stage of their life. So I'm going to put you on the good doctor's couch and I'm going to play the good doctor today. So are you comfortable, ma'am? Can I get you some water?
No, because then I need to pee mid-session and I cannot afford to run overtime today.
It's true, I'm very expensive. Okay, let's begin. Therapy is now in session. So Tull, what are we talking about today?
Today's topic is a goodie. It is the woman's Roman Empire, which is, of course, friendship breakdowns. Now, every single time I throw to my Instagram followers and I ask what they want to hear about, what's been bugging them, what's been hurting their heart, time and time and time again, it is a friendship breakdown or a friendship breakup.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is something that's really hard to let go of.
Yeah.
Right? I think it really sticks with us. This is a great topic today. I think there's a lot of people that are going to benefit from this conversation. So Tull, maybe to kick you off, I'm going to start you with a question. There's a real intimacy with friendship relationships, I think, rather than romantic. Like we tell each other so much. There's things that you know that no one else on the planet knows about me, certainly not romantic partners. So tell me, do you think friendship breakups actually hurt more than love breakups?
I think it is that level of intimacy. It's almost your best friend, your female best friend is almost like a sister. You and I often say, well, we say that we fight like sisters. I'm sure there's some love in there.
We also love like sisters.
I'm sure there's some love in there as well. But there is this sister, it's your family. They know, they've met your mum. They were around when you were little. And maybe that's it. Maybe it's that they've watched you grow up. They've grown up with you.
Yes.
So there are years and years and layers of intimacy and history and nuance and connection and
I think being rejected by someone that knows you that well is so painful. Like I think when you get over a love breakup, you go, well, they're a man or they're a woman. You know, they only ever knew me from this romantic kind of perspective, but a best friend going, I don't want to be friends with you anymore.
I think it's also much easier to throw the blame back on your romantic partner and say, oh, well, you know, we wanted different things or they weren't ready to settle down.
Yes.
You can't say that in a friendship breakup.
No.
It feels a lot more personal.
Yeah, they just hate you.
They just decided one day to wake up and not be your friend, or you decided one day to wake up and you know, not be their friend.
And I think there's also like a real honesty to a friendship breakup. You've seen someone at their truest, deepest self and you're rejecting that. Maybe to get back together, but in that moment, rejecting that.
And it's a choice, right? I mean, as my mum used to always say, there's always room for more friends. The more, the merrier. To actively cut off a girlfriend, a girl best friend or a female best friend, that is a choice.
Yeah.
No one made you do that. You've actively decided to do that. So,
and the fallout's big. Like
huge.
When you decide to cut a friend out, a lover, a partner, a husband, a wife, whatever, there will be people that will rally around you in that moment. When you cut out a friend, wow, the effects of that, massive.
Do you think as well it feels like you're erasing some of your own history? Like if you and I were to have a falling out, another falling out, the photos, the memories,
Yes.
the snapshots in your brain, all these pivotal moments of the last however many years. It's kind of like those movies where like they erase like the, you know, the wife that died.
Or
They
just
like
rip you out of a photograph.
Yeah, do you
Just
know what I
take it.
mean?
Totally. And I think when your lives are really ingrained, it's very painful to have to revisit those memories because they starred someone that was your soulmate, that was your best friend. Now, I'm going to have to do the thing, Tull. When we chose this topic today, she's giving me a little wince because it's a tough segment for us. But when, in the spirit of this show being about therapy and sharing our own experiences and the therapy that helped us through it, we thought we really do have to dig deep into the things that actually happened to us and we can share on the podcast.
Well, we want to, you know, walk the walk and talk the talk. We don't
I don't want to walk or talk this talk. Tully, rip the Band-Aid off. Tell us what we're doing.
So the reason we thought we'd kick off our episode today with a friendship breakup is because Maggie and I have had our very own quite serious, quite elongated friendip breakup. It was almost a year, Mags, I think.
My butt's clenched so tight.
Yeah, my toes are curled and I'm sweating in my mesh top.
I hope you all appreciate that we're rehashing this for you. We did. And I'll give you a bit of context because it was quite a long time that we didn't talk. But long story short, I was coming up to 30 and I got a boyfriend. I got a boyfriend that I was very serious about. And we decided that we would go to Paris for my birthday, which is fantastic, except for the fact that Paris was our plan.
Our dream.
It was our dream. So this trip sort of went from something we were planning to, in that typical late 20s fashion, something that I secretly planned with my boyfriend and kind of edged you out.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that after this point, Tully and I took, I think it was longer than a year, babe. It was quite a long time. I moved overseas. We gave each other some space to grow and evolve, and we did end up coming back together eventually. Look at us now, flying high, best friends forever.
It was my therapist that encouraged me reaching back out to you.
Okay, so we've got a thing. We've got a thing that we're going to read. Why don't you take people through this?
So it was, in fact, my very own therapist that encouraged that I reach back out to Maggie. So I think maybe she was sick of me going in there week after week and just crying
like,
about my
broken
heart. And she, you know, gave me some really revolutionary advice. And she said, you know, you could always just reach out. And so
Crazy.
I did.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know, insane. I hadn't thought of that before. But so I sent you an email. Now, when we first talked about bringing this up today, in my head, it was like 2003. It was forever ago. We were kids, dumb
Children.
idiots. It was 2018.
Oh my God, that's so deeply embarrassing.
Now, you didn't even think you had access to this email anymore, but I have gone through the archives and I have dug it up.
I think it's because you still have a Hotmail account.
You still have a hot. Oh, you. Anyway, against our better judgment and much to the embarrassment of ourselves, we've decided to do a dramatic reading of excerpts because there is no way we're giving you all the juicy details.
Hell no. We had to go through and, is it retract?
Yeah, redact.
It was like
And
a wartime letter between like the Soviet Union. I was like, no, absolutely not.
Honestly, these emails were both like 4,000 words long and they sounded like love letters, which they kind of were. But Maggie, take it away.
Tully, apologies for the long email, but I wanted to get it all out properly. I'm not asking for an apology, nor am I trying to make you feel like crap. I'm just wanting to be really transparent about why there's been radio silence from my end. I would love nothing more than to find a solution, but I think it has to come from an authentic place if this is going to work.
Maggie. Let me read my part. Maggie, I'll be the first to admit that I did feel a bit abandoned. I totally did. But I also think that's probably a normal feeling when your best friend starts dating someone new. It doesn't mean I wasn't happy for you, or that I was bitter, or that I didn't like him. It was just a change in the dynamic, and I was trying to adjust to it.
Such a
Why do
tough read.
I'm so needy and you're so cold.
It's a tough read. Okay, so listen, we didn't talk for quite a long time. We got all of this out via many emails and then we took a break. And it's funny because at the time I remember feeling I felt like I was being attacked. I felt like I'd sort of found this dream guy and I was living my dream life, and why can't you just be happy for me? But a little bit older, like I wish I could say a lot older, but a little bit older, I can see it for what it is, and I am super defensive. And from you, I'm getting this real fear of abandonment.
Mm-hmm. Everyone I love is going to leave me because that's what happened so far.
Just lonely old me, born alone, die alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe I'll be the therapist again in this situation and ask you, is there a situation where you think a friendship break shouldn't be repaired? Like, you and I have come back together with great success, but it took a lot of self-awareness, a lot of work, and a lot of therapy to get there. When shouldn't people be putting in that effort?
I mean, I think if at the core your friendship is toxic, I think if it's an unhealthy friendship, you and I were never unhealthy. We had a falling out over a matter of the heart, and that works both ways. You fell in love and it in turn broke my heart. But we weren't toxic. You know, I think if your friendship is feeling toxic, if you're left seeing them feeling on edge, anxious, if you see that name pop up on your phone and it makes you feel a little bit, you know, bad butterflies in your tummy, I think that is when you have to reassess whether it's a healthy friendship to hold on to moving forward.
Yep, I agree with that. Okay, so Tal, maybe one last question before we get to the therapy notes part, but do you think that there's a personality type that maybe finds themselves with more friendship conflict than others? Like you and I, big personalities, big emotions, big feelings, big opinions. Do we attract this kind of friendship breakdown? Because you and I have both had this with other friendships as well. Is it us? Are we the drama?
I think we are the drama, but no, are we the drama?
I am the drama.
I don't think we attract it. I think that because we are prone to being more honest and upfront, we cannot sit with our feelings. We cannot hide them. You know exactly how we're both feeling. It's written all over our faces. We wear our heart in our sleeve and like our feelings in neon on our forehead. So
are you angry? No,
yeah,
I'm fine.
No, everything's good.
Yeah.
So if we're upset, if we're angry, if we're frustrated, if we're hurt, you're going to know about it. So I don't think we attract it. I think that we're just more honest in these situations. Whereas maybe if you were someone that didn't like confrontation, or if you were a people pleaser, and we both have a bit of that in us as well.
Oh, big time.
I think that they just sit on it. They just sit with their feelings. They bottle it up. And that's when their resentment sort of builds and grows. So whilst that year of not speaking was awful and hard, I feel like I would rather have had it out with you and lay it all on the table and been honest and both felt heard and listened to and then come back together than quietly simmering for the last 5 years, just secretly having this resentment bubble build in my tummy.
So what I'm hearing, oh my God, I sound like such a therapist. I'm so good at this. What I'm hearing is that we needed to have a breakup to come back together.
Oh God, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Write that on a bumper sticker.
I will. And a t-shirt. But what I'm also hearing is for some personality types that might be more prone to these friendship breakups because they need honesty, they also might be more prone to be able to fix those breakups because they do lead with the real, honest, authentic situation.
Yeah, I think honesty is always the best policy. If they are truly one of your good friends or a best friend, they also should be able to take that honesty on board and you guys should be able to have an adult conversation eventually about it.
And not via email. Okay, so this brings us to the end of your couch session. And the way this segment's going to work is the other person's going to present back some notes. Some therapy notes. This is the secondhand therapy part, okay? So we're warming it up in the microwave and Tully, I'm going to dish it back. So I have some notes for you, my little patient. When I was thinking about this segment today, there was one thing that I had written down that I really love, and it's a quote from Esther Perel, which is, friendship is also a love story.
I love that so much. That got me goosebumps.
I know.
It actually did.
I know. And I thought about this moment a couple months back where a girlfriend came around with this huge bunch of roses. And I go, what is this for? And she goes, we don't romance our friends the same way we romance men. And we were both single at the time. And it really just resonated. I was like, that effort that we put in to obsessing over men and or women and love with a romantic partner, we don't do the same with our friendships.
You literally just walked up to my house with a bunch of poppy flowers. No, really, and it's making me teary because, and I said, what? Who are they? And you said, it's our first episode.
They're poppies.
No, I said, who are they for? And you're like, they're for you.
Yeah.
Like that.
Because I love you.
Yeah, I think that's, I love that.
Yes. So I bring this up because I think that we have this notion of romancing our friends. maybe we need to treat our platonic relationships in the same way as romantic with breakups as well, right? So 100%. We unpack to the nth degree whether or not we're ready to leave someone. We should do the same with our friendships. I want to see people sitting down with each other and going, hey, this person's done this. I love them. I want to see them do well, but I don't think we're working as a friendship anymore. And I think women, this is what I did, is we put people on ice or we put them to the back of the cupboard and we blank them a little bit. That is not good enough. Break up with your friend. Don't leave them on red.
I think that's great advice. Yeah, I mean, it's a cliche, Mags. And, I love a cliche, I love a quote, a Pinterest board.
Put it on a T-shirt.
The saying that, boyfriends come and go, but girlfriends are forever. As we get older, that is so true. That is so true. When something big happens, something scary happens, when you get married, when someone dies and you have a baby, it's your girlfriends that are around you. It's your girlfriends that stay for years and years and years. And I think that is so beautiful and something worth celebrating. Guys, in summary, the funniest, most satisfying
No, Tully, I know exactly what you're going to say.
About this whole dramatic argument, an argument that saw us not speak for over a year, was that the guy from Paris that Maggie chose to take over me is now her ex-husband. So again, I guess what they say is true. Boyfriends come and go, husbands come and go, but friends are forever.
Yeah, okay, you win. You win that round. The Paris battle to death, and Tully Smythe came out on top.
Okay, guys, your therapy homework from today, because I love a bit of homework. To wrap this up, something my therapist loves to do is to give me homework. And so if there's a friend in your life who's popped up in your head whilst listening to this episode, I want you to sit down at home, take a moment after you've spent time with them, and write down a pros and cons list. What do they add to your life? How do they make you feel when you see them? How does your body feel? Do you feel anxious, on edge? Are you walking on eggshells? If you have a friend in the grudge graveyard that you miss that is not a toxic relationship, maybe it's time you extend the email olive branch to.
And look at us. Look at us now.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Not me.
We're going to hear from GoTo, the people who make self-help possible. Hold tight. We'll be back in a minute.
Mags, you are absolutely glowing. What is his name?
Oh, thank you, Tully-Ann. But this glow is not a he, but a what?
I love it when you talk in riddles.
Okay. I admit it is GoTo's best-selling multitasking face hero.
We love a multitasking queen.
Yes, we do. And this ultra-nourishing face oil is the final piece of my skincare puzzle, locking in much-needed moisture and delivering a megawatt glow, if I can say so myself.
Finally, you take some of my advice. I have loved Face Hero for years. And fun fact, it's sold more than 1.2 million bottles, which I think gives it cult-adjacent status. It's the perfect step for glowy skin all year round. Well, that and a hot stranger.
No, thank you. I will stick with Face Hero.
Find out more at www.gotoskincare.com. Okay, Mags, it is time to look beyond our own little couch and out into the world to see who wins the self-helped scoop of the week.
This is the time where we scroll through our saved TikToks and see what grabbed our attention and who potentially needs a tissue in the world of celebrity.
I have been dying to talk to you about this. I would like to nominate the Skims Face Support, aka the super sexy Hannibal Lecter-inspired bra for our face, designed by the one and only Kimberly Kardashian.
Oh, yes. Look, I will be honest. Face bra was not on my 2025 bingo card.
Did you see this pop up in your feed?
Mate, it's all I have seen.
I was like, is it April Fool's Day?
I've had multiple people send it to me and I come back to this like horrible moment. I was 13. I was auditioning for Home and Away. Hilarious. And I remember the guy, the producer, said to me, he goes, "You have a very weak profile." And now I see this face bra and I'm like, should I get the face bra? Was this for me?
That's the thing, right? It's this whole thing where you see something that you've never, I can't say I've never thought about it before.
You've got a lovely chin, Tom.
No, I have this little fat pocket. It's this little fat little doughy pocket. I mean, look, we all probably think we've got double chin. from the wrong angle, we all have a little bit of love.
Okay, so this is where I'm going to stop you. This is what Kim Kardashian knows and has made a product to prey on all of us. We all have iPhone chin. It's 2025.
Well, this is the problem with the Kardashians in general, right? Is that they set these beauty standards. And I know, look, I feel like I'm sitting here in an interesting position because as we all know, I have worked in social media for the last 12 years.
Am I giving you an accusatory stare right now?
Well,
So what
I
you're
often
feeling?
worry and wonder if, I mean, I'm not, obviously not on the level of the Kardashians in any way, shape or form.
So what Tully's trying to say is that she is Australia's Kim Kardashian. She would never promote a face bra.
No, I mean, I would never promote a face bra, but I remember when Kylie Jenner came out and she had her lips done overnight. I booked myself in for an appointment to see whether I should get my lips done.
Yes. It's a real knee-jerk reaction. And I think that, the more we see it, the more saturated that market is, the more we think that, hey, maybe I should wear a face bra. But I think, here's the thing, right? It seems so crazy and so obscure right now, but this is how you normalize things. You see something that's crazy and go, okay, well, it's been out there for 6 months and suddenly everyone's wearing a face bra. Maybe I should be wearing a face bra.
I have so many, first of all, it's not that crazy. It's sold out within minutes. That is the most terrifying aspect. It's sold out within minutes.
Yeah.
Is this going to be something we wear out in public?
These are my questions. Is it a private face bra or is it a public-facing face bra?
Like, it's the same with the pimple stickers that are now like cute little sparkly shapes and designs that the next generation are just wearing.
Useful. They're
wearing
useful.
them, but they're wearing them out in public.
I think it's kind of cute. I mean, I want to do that, but I also think it's giving like old mum in face sticker, not a good thing. Okay, so my question is there a deeper judgment that we need to be aware of, given this is a therapy show, where we shouldn't judge women for wanting to fix those insecurities? Like, what is the difference really between a boob bra and a face bra?
I just worry that it's just adding to the list of insecurities. The Kardashian social media, the media in general are just adding to this never-ending list of things that are wrong with our body. Facial hair, get rid of it. Arm hair, get rid of it. Laser your legs, laser your underarms, wear a bra on your face. And it truly reminded me of one of the most obscure PR packages I ever received.
Oh, yeah?
It was a sheet mask for my vagina.
Oh, my God.
You heard right. You heard right. It was a sheet mask for my vagina. And I saw it and I thought, honestly, my knee jerk was, oh my God, oh no, my poor vagina.
You've never had a sheet mask for your vagina.
I've been neglecting my vagina.
I'm so embarrassed for you that you didn't have a sheet mask for your vagina.
So I had to wait one night, wishing the 15 minutes away, but also suddenly feeling shame that I hadn't done this sooner. And there's this, it's the stigma and the shame that these products can make women feel that I worry about, that I have a problem with.
100%. So here is the message for the women of the world in 2025. It's fourth wave feminism. In the 70s, we burn our bras. And I think this year we burn our face bras.
Hear, hear. Hear, hear, sister. Girl power.
And it's our final segment for today. Tull, we know that a woman's most unhinged relationship is the bond between herself and her Notes app. So we're calling this segment Note to Self, and everyone else that's now listening.
Welcome to our private thoughts, now public content. Are we insane for sharing these? Yes, we are.
What isn't content these days? Okay, so the way this is going to work is we're going to go through our Notes app and
This is actually terrifying.
This is actually happening IRL.
I treat my Notes app like a diary.
We really do. Tully and I both have really cooked Notes app. Okay, so Tull, I want you to take us back. I'm going to give you a random date and you have to find the most cooked note from that time.
I'm scared.
Okay, so I'm going to go February 2022. Okay, ready?
Okay. I've got to...
Okay, you good?
Oh, yep.
All right, you go first. You go first.
How long do we have?
Just give me the abbreviated version. Okay, just first 2 sentences.
Okay. Texting because we clearly can't hold a conversation. That was not okay. You left Fred with me with no instructions, nor how long you'd be gone. I left him to his own devices, but after 3 hours, I felt bad for him. It's a hot day. He was stuck inside in a cage with no water and was whining.
Wow. Who's Fred?
My old housemate's doll.
This this was to your housemate?
Yeah.
Okay, so in therapy, we're told to write down our thoughts first before we fire them off to the person. Did you send that?
I can't tell you. Look, she went and got a puppy without asking me first, and it caused a lot of friction, clearly. I really, really hope, upon reflection, that she's not listening to this very episode.
Me too. And I also hope that Fred is okay.
Fred's great. I see Fred all over Instagram. Fred, guys, is thriving, and I'm sure he's in a much...
Real battler, that one.
Better
Okay, well,
place.
mine is in a much different vein. Tully, I would call this poetry, but I don't think it is. And maybe we can put a competition out to the listeners who could understand what this could possibly mean. February 2022, I have a newborn child. So prefacing the fact that I am probably writing this
Baby brain.
late at night. I was here.
Oh, it's an actual poem? Sorry, I wasn't prepared. Sorry, I'm sorry.
I was here. This is us. Bias and perspective. The human gaze. We are building the history of the future. Neanderthal art.
Is this an ode to your daughter?
I don't know what this means.
Is this the inspiration behind your first award-winning podcast, Parent Kind?
I'm going to have
Available
to...
now on all great podcast streaming apps.
Spotify and iTunes if you're looking for it. I don't know, but I love that we're the type of people that keep these kind of notes. And I think when you go to a therapist and you're going back and you're trying to think about what to talk about, this is what I need to talk about.
Well, that's where I put my actual therapy notes before I go into it, because I'll forget otherwise. Do you
so
know
maybe
what?
next week we'll try and deliver some actual therapy notes.
When I die, promise me that you will wipe my notes out.
Girl, I'm going to bury you with that iPhone in your hand stuck like this. It's just going to curl those little dead fingers around it and you'll die doing what you love.
And that's why we're best friends.
Scrolly. All right, babes, we'd love to keep chatting, but sadly our time is up for today. Will that be cash or card?
Well, lucky for you, Self-Helped is all about free advice from two women who spent a lot of money on theirs.
A lot. Every week we'll be inviting you to pull up a chair and let us spill the tea on what we've learned, not just from therapy, but from the roller coaster of life.
The wins, the mess, and the surprisingly sound advice we've gotten from strange women in nightclub bathrooms at 2 a.m. We're here for each other and hopefully for you too.
If you like what you've heard, hit subscribe, leave us a glowing review, and follow us on Instagram at selfhelpedpod. Validation is our love language.
We'll be back in your ears every Thursday wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Thank you for tuning in to Self-Helped.
We'll see you at your next appointment. Do not be late.
This podcast episode was brought to you by GoTo, undeniably effective, effortless skincare. Find out more at gotoskincare.com.